What's going on, everyone? My name is Jesse. This is the Auditorium where I react to video game music as a musician myself. This is a somewhat of a debut, NieR Reincarnation. The song is called The Sun and the Moon. This is requested by Mushimerry and Elijah over on Patreon. Thank you so much. So before I get started, I have played NieR Automata. I've made extensive videos on it, and NieR Replicant. I have both reacted to songs from the series, played both of them, and ranked my favorite top 20 from both games. So I'm familiar with NieR, but I have never played Reincarnation. I'm not much of a mobile gamer, and I know this is like a mobile game exclusive. I know nothing about it. Story-wise, I don't know if I'll ever play it. Don't know if it's a prequel, sequel, whatever. But from what I'm told, this is composed by Keiichi Okabe and also Shotaro Seo. I don't recognize that name. I'm not sure if they're in Monaka as well, but either way, it's NieR. It's NieR music. I love NieR music. It's, you know, one of those important soundtracks I feel everyone should kind of experience at some point, and it was enough for me to play both games. So, The Sun and the Moon. This is the Square Enix channel. I'm excited. I didn't think there'd be much to hear anymore after the fact, but here we are. The Sun and the Moon. Audio only. Perfect. Emmy? It's definitely Emmy Evans. Can you hear the little reverse effect? Oh, this is good, man. Wow. It's really hitting me on this second loop. How good this is. The first time I was just trying to grasp cellos. I didn't want to talk through that because I'm a huge fan of NieR. But I didn't want to talk to that because I really wanted to really listen. And plus I never, every reaction's different. It's just, do I want to talk? Do I not want to talk? So this is kind of interesting because, such a large percentage of the time on this channel, I have no idea what's going on and have close to zero context. And while I don't know anything about reincarnation whatsoever, besides that it's a mobile game, it felt familiar. So it's kind of a bizarre phenomenon where it put me back into those worlds of both Replicant and Automata and 2B and 9S and Emil and, And while it was new, it pretty much seemed seamless. Like it could have fit into those, with the only exception being this new take on a sort of percussive element they have yet to do before, which is a mixture of electronic percussion and regular percussion. So it has a little bit more of a, I guess, modern sound, but still in line, right? I had no idea Emmy was going to be in this, so it's nice to know that Emmy Evans is here. For those that don't know, I don't want to spoil it, but if you ever watched those like top 20 rankings, which were obviously my opinion, I ranked a lot of the high stuff with the stuff that had Emmy singing in it. I love her voice. It's very dreamlike and beautiful to me. It's very smooth. So I'm glad they got her back for this. Hopefully, I got to hear more. I don't know how many other reincarnation songs I have, but it's nice because it brought me back to that. Oh man, she's an expert at making any melody just kind of soar beyond to me. It's almost like a comfort in her voice. It's like I would assume sort of a similar feeling to like a mother and like putting her baby to sleep. It's just that kind of tranquil. That being said, it did remind me of, I believe, the amusement park. When she comes in the amusement park, like kind of the after the intro, there's a slight resemblance to one of the melodies. So it did remind me of Amusement Park, which is a great song, by the way, too. I'm not going to tell you where I ranked it, but it's a good song. This reminded me of how do I put this? It reminded me of I think they're a group, I'm not sure where they're from. They're called Thievery Corporation, and I've mentioned this song before in another video. I forgot which one. But if you like stuff like this, there is this song by Thievery Corporation, which, features a soft female vocalist as well. But there's a very similar melody in the vocal cadence. And that song would be, I believe it's in French, so the song title would be Une simple histoire, which I think is just a simple story. Could be wrong. I'll put it in the description if I remember. And there was a part in there that sounded pretty close to this too. Either way, this was a really a treat for me because, as some of you know, maybe don't, I do play games as well every now and then on Twitch, and I choose those games based on the soundtrack. First the soundtrack has to catch my attention, and then if I hear enough and then curious about the game itself, I'm like, sure. And NieR was one of those really cool standout experiences where I'm really glad that I dove into that world, and I even played I played Automata twice, and I did everything. I don't want to spoil it, but it's just one of those games I feel like I was on the receiving end of people telling me, you gotta play NieR, and now I'm on the giving end of, I tell people, you should play NieR. Like, NieR's good. I've bought it for people. I've gifted it to people. It's a really unique experience with an even more unique soundtrack. And it's nice to hear. And this is now like the third iteration where I've experienced Keiichi Okabe. I first experienced him in Tekken, and then I found out he did basically all of NieR, and now in a mobile game of Reincarnation. So I don't know how this game is or anything. I'm not here to look or judge games, and I only see this image here. I don't know who that is, although it looks kind of like a 2B. But that song is good. You know, it reminds me of the other games. It's still in line, but yet it still sounds new and fresh. And of course, Emmy Evans, I'm going to pretty much always be biased towards. I'm actually going to be seeing, I'm very excited, I'm going to be seeing the NieR concert. I don't know if there's still tickets available from when I'm recording this, but from me recording this, they recently announced a bunch of live concerts, and I jumped on that. So I personally cannot wait for that, and hopefully get to meet her or something. But I will say that this made me more interested in Reincarnation, but only the soundtrack. I'm still not much of like a mobile person. I don't even like looking at my phone. So, but the soundtrack, I have to go check if there's any more because I have no idea. Don't know what the Sun and the Moon is referring to. But that was a really, really nice song, and it's still nice to see that. Hopefully, I mean, in my opinion, I would hope for like another NieR game, whether it's a whole new story, new characters, a prequel, something, whatever. But just, I like the world of NieR, so it's nice to still experience new stuff. It's not something I thought was going to happen. So I was looking forward to this one, and you know, a big thank you to Mushi and Elijah for the request. But I'm going to have to look more into it, because I'm pretty sure I'm not going to play it. So if you do tell me what it is, be mindful of spoilers of everyone else in the comments. But yeah, very great, very great. And I don't know anything about Shotaro Seo. Let me know more about him, if he was part of this one or just part of the other songs. Don't know anything about that. Doesn't ring a bell. I'm not sure if he was in Monaka or something. Anywho, The Sun and the Moon. Very, very, very cool. Very much enjoyed that. And check out the song from Thievery Corporation that I'll leave like in a pinned comment or something. Very similar. Or Amusement Park from NieR Automata if you like this. So yeah, thank you to everyone that you see here. Thanks to all the NieR fans. And thanks to you for watching. My name is Jesse in the auditorium. I hope you have a great day. Peace.